Con. Bear with me. I'm trying to find it. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 12. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. You know? And, let's deal with the other nations, man. You know, they all had their fair share, on earth to rule. It's saying, the four beasts that was ordained to rule. But, the first beast was a lion, which is the Babylonian Empire, the Assyrian and Babylonian Empire, and the bear is dealing with the Medo-Persian Empire, and then the leopard is dealing with Greece. It's dealing with Greece, and then the fourth beast, that great dreadful beast, is dealing with Roman Empire, and the 10 horns, dealing with NATO and the EU. So the Lord has given, all these other nations, to rule, man. You know what I'm saying? And see, all these nations had their part, had their chance to rule. What the fuck? All these nations had their part and had their chance to rule. You see, Yahawashi'S, Daniel, God.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yahawashi'S ordained these things to happen. And the time will come to where, all their dominions of these beasts of these nations, these beasts, symbolizes these nations that was, to rule. Like we just read in the 12th verse, when the time came to where their dominion, I'll read it again. Verse 12, as concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. All the dominions were taken away because what? Because it's the end. At Yahawashi'S return, it talks about in Revelation where it says, he had a crown, the many crowns. I'm paraphrasing. Pretty much, that's symbolic. He didn't actually have a crown on top of crowns and crowns. No. Meaning that, he had all the kingdoms, he had all the dominion, he had all the power, he had all the rulership, he had all of it. How one dynasty dies off, another rises up, another takes over, the same shit. This one man, Yahawah, when he comes back, all of it is going to be subjected unto him. He's going to keep it forever and ever and ever, man. Forever and ever, man. You know what I'm saying? But the main point that I was trying to get at is how in the 12th verse it talks about their dominions were taken and their lives were prolonged. That's talking about, them going to slavery, man. They, prolonged for a season. Yeah, not prolonged for a season and a time. Because in the kingdom for 1,000 years, the other nations are go serve, captivity under the nation of Israel. Not forever, not for eternity, but for 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? That's what it talks about, where it talks about, their lives are prolonged for a season and a time. But Esau, after he searches 1,000 years, he's going to be exterminated forever. Die. I'll get that actually. And, God, this is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord Yahawah is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down and they shall be as though they had not been. You know, all these nations are going to serve it, man. Everybody had their fair share on whooping our ass. You know, everybody had their fair share on whooping our ass, man. You know, we went through numerous captivity. Captivity, into captivity, into captivity. Because of our disobedience, man. Because us as a nation, we are hard-headed as fuck, man. You know? Jake is hard-headed, man. You know? We constantly piss Yahawashi'S off. So what's the Lord do? He puts us away. Every time we be disobedient, man. One moment we'll be, all cool with the Lord, and then, the next moment again, for a couple, years later down the line, be cast out, cast out of the land, another nation would, subjugate us, but then the Lord, will have mercy upon us and deliver us out of it, rise up, a judge amongst the people and deliver us out of it. And the same process over and over and over and over again. Here we are up until this day. We are in our enemy's land this time, man. And the Lord's not gonna raise up. Well, spiritually, Yahawashi'S, He is raising up judges, man. He's raising up prophets, in Babylon, man. But our deliverance is going to come from Yahawah, man. This is going to be the ultimate judge. When He appears. You know what I'm saying? When He appears. Matter of fact, keep reading on. This is verse 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. And there shall be holiness in the house of Jacob. Shall possess their possessions. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire. In the house of Joseph, a flame. Joseph's talking about, the northern, the northern kingdom. But Joseph, was really Ephraim. Which the blessing was given unto Ephraim. But Joseph and Ephraim, his father. The blessing was, so Ephraim, was pretty much, the head of the northern tribes. Joseph and, Ephraim. In the house of Esau for stubble, So, how we're not seeing that no more, man, Back then, there was like a division between, southern and northern kingdom, so-called black person, Spanish person, couldn't even be married together. It was like like a division between them. Now you're not seeing that no more. You're seeing more and more, the northern and the southern kingdom, getting together. Hey, the movie that came out, Wakanda Forever, that was dealing with and even so, man, 2022 had the best movies. Man, I ain't gonna lie. 2022 had a good run of some decent flicks that came out. The Black Panther movie, Black Adam, Avatar. All spiritual ass movies, man. It was like damn, like back to back to back, all spiritual movies. And it was what it was Jake. It was all Jake rising. Except for Black Adam, which Black Adam was more of a more of a superpower. It didn't really show no type of people coming together, but which I ain't see the movie Avatar yet, but I can say for definitely in the Wakanda Forever movie, it showed the Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom get together, to pretty much just getting together, man. Which that's prophecy at the end of the day. I believe it talks about in Ezekiel 37, where two sticks are joined together. It's dealing with the southern and the northern kingdom. And in Revelation, talk about two witnesses. That's the southern and the northern kingdom, man. Prophesying, in these last days. You got Latinos, Gadites, and Reubenites, coming together. Hey, our apostles today, our head apostles today. You got some in the southern kingdom and some in the northern kingdom, man. That's the Lord bringing back the kingdom together, man. After it was split, after the reign of Solomon, for all these years, man, for all these centuries, man. But now it's coming back together, man. The spirit and power of Yahawah, all according to prophecy, man. But that's what it talks about in Obadiah. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, man. We're gonna put a foot up your ass, man, sideways, man, up Esau's ass, man. Mainly Idumea, man, mainly Esau, man, Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nations, man. To pay, to recompense vengeance upon the heathen. Execute punishments upon the nations, man. I'm roughly paraphrasing Isaiah 49. I mean, it's like Psalms 49. That's coming. That's how I get it. Bro, this is Psalms 49, verse 6. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen, and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute judgment, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise the Lord Yahawah. And we're bringing out unto you the judgment written. It's written for these nations to go into captivity. We just read in Obadiah, the day of the Lord is upon all the heathen, right? The day of Yahawah is upon all the heathen. And, to single out a specific heathen, Esau, Edom. The whole book of Obadiah, the one chapter, is just for Edom alone. We just read also in that chapter, in that verse, Obadiah chapter 1, verse 15. For the day of the Lord Yahawah is upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done to thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. You got these people talking about, oh, because China, Russia getting together, Saudi Arabia, with the BRICS nations all getting together, ditching the dollar. These people already talking about, how, America, because it's losing its grip and it's losing its, its first world power status. It's going to be, looked as a, not as a, a superpower no more. They're already talking about Russia and China being the next superpowers in the world, man. You other nations are not by taking, man, the Israelites won't come in power, man. See, that's the thing. Y'all not expecting this shit to happen, man. Y'all not expecting Yahawashi'S, it's like not shit, it's like y'all not expecting Yahawashi'S, to come, to come back, man, and recompense upon you, man. Don't you know everything's going to be geared up towards World War III? Yeah, Jake's already talking about because of this, this dollar thing, they be talking about World War III. So y'all not expecting prophecy, man. Y'all don't know prophecy in order, man. Which, is getting ready to lead to World War III. And Esau ain't about to go down with a fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau ain't about to go down without a fight.
Wait. That's the car pass.
Verse 15, for the day of the Lord Yahawah is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. All these nations are going to receive their punishment. You know what I'm saying? All these nations are guaranteed to receive their punishment, man. Because see, all of us, Jake has already received their punishment, man. Isaiah 40 says, their warfare, our warfare is accomplished, man. In this time, in these last days, our suffering under the hand of, and punishment of Esau, Edom, it's coming to an end. It's finished, man. Even though, we're still here in the enemy's land, and it's not like, even though we're still here as of today in the enemy's land, it's not like, matter of fact, I'm trying to get that in Baruch. This is Baruch. Chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. We're subject to payments here still, man. Up until this day, we are yet this day in our captivity. You gotta pay taxes, you gotta pay bills, you gotta pay rent, you gotta pay everything. For everything that you have just to fucking breathe in this place, man. You have a social security number. You're subjugated under the jurisdiction and hand of Esau, Edom. You are yet this day in your captivity, subject to payment. You gotta pay.